Hello, good afternoon again, everybody, and welcome to next class for research methodology, which is the third class of today for MCOM, and it is the first class for research methodology, second semester MCOM. So, welcome to all, and good afternoon. Research methodology, you know, the research methodology is very important subject for research and any paper writing, okay, thesis writing, and also how can you research in markets, how can research in your industry, how business. So it's a very important for business research methodology. So today's class is for block 1. You know about there is 5 units in this block 1. So we have a limited hours and limited time in this for this section, second semester. So only within 5 classes we will complete the paper, complete the subject, research methodology. So today we will cover 5 units under this block 1. This is the research formulation and unit under this block. In the unit 1, the introduction and meaning of research will be discussed. Unit 2, types, role of research in important areas will be discussed, and unit 3, process of research. Unit 4, defining research problems, and unit 5, hypothesis formulation. So this is our class structure. This is our class plan today. So let's start with this. Okay, introduction and meaning of research. Okay, you know, every subject allocated with for exam in exam will be 70%, means 70 marks, and assignment will be 30 marks. So you should participate in exams and assignments for 30 and 40. So, and you are all requested to read thoroughly this SLMs, which you are given. Okay, so and read thoroughly all the SLMs, learn thoroughly. Okay, and exam will be on in June or July. Okay, so prepare yourself this. In this limited time and limited classes, we cannot discuss elaborately every point, every thing, every units. So in this class, I point out minimum points through slides. So, and summarize all the sheets in 10 or 12 slides. So please, you should read or learn through your assignment. Okay. Okay, thank you. So now we are starting introduction. So introduction, we can say introduction, the strategic inquiry, advantage, knowledge, and theoretical perspective. Research is a rigorous, systematic investigation. Okay, and you can say the research. Research is, what is research? Research is defined as a systematic, comprehensive inquiry process that aims to accurately study and answer problems or themes. Okay, or research methodology. Research methodology means the systematic and scientific way of conducting research to solve a problem or answer a research question. It explains how the research is planned, conducted, and analyzed. In academic studies, research methodology is very important because it ensures that the research findings are reliable, valid, and objectives. Okay. And also, actually, what is the meaning of research methodology? As per C.R. Kothari, according to C.R. Kothari, research methodology refers to all over strategy, methods, and procedures used to collect the analyzed data in a research study. Methodology is the research. If I say that according to C.R. Kothari, the research methodology is the systematic way of solving a research problem. It includes research design, sampling methods, data collection and techniques, data analysis methods, and interpretation of results. Okay, so this is the research and research methodology. And now, what is the objective of research and research methodology? The main objectives are provide a systematic plan for research. This is the research methodology. So, systematic plan for research to ensure the accuracy and reliability of data, to help the researcher reach valid conclusions, to explain the methods used in research clarity. So there is some types, there is some types and roles research in key areas. So what is research types? Like descriptive, descriptive, analytical, this quantitative, qualitative. Descriptive, this documents characteristics and phenomena. Analytical is examines relationship and causes, and quantitative used numerical data and statistics, and quantitative is explores meanings and experiences. Real world impact research in transform healthcare through clinical trials, shapes education via curricula development, and drives business innovations through market analysis. Case in point, COVID-19 vaccine development rely on rigorous research that informed global public health policies and saved millions of lives. Another, a basic research conducted to increase knowledge, not immediately applied in practice. Some applied research conducted to solve practical problems. Descriptive, I've already said the descriptive characteristic of a population or phenomena. Okay, this is the types of types of research. Okay. Next is the research process and stepwise journey. Okay. What is the stepwise journey? Identify problem. The identification of research problem. This is the first work for research process. This is the first step, selecting a problem or topic for study. And literature review, this studying previous research and theories to identify the problem and also the make way how can you research proper. Okay, this is the literature review is very important for research. So everybody should studying previous research theories to what is gap, selecting the gap, research gap, finding the research gap, and finding the ways of various research, and how can find my way or methodology to research. Okay, this is the process. So second is literature review. Third is formulate questions, developing a tentative assumption to be tested. Okay, or research question, develop some research questions and hypotheses. And next is research design or design study, planning how the research will be conducted, and sampling design. Okay, research design and sampling design. This is the under the research study. So they're selecting a group from the population. Then data collection or collect data. Two types of data collection is there: the primary data collection and secondary data collection. Primary data collected directly through survey, interview, and observation, and secondary data collected from books, journals, reports. Okay, secondary data. The data, then the analysis, the data or data analysis. Okay, analyze the result or data analysis using statistical tools such as mean, correlation, regression, etc., and various tools to analyze the data. So there is this is the seventh stage or sixth step to the process of research. Okay, using statistical tools to analyze the data. And next is report findings and interpretation and report writing. This is explaining the findings and presenting the conclusions. Okay, so okay, the research process is inherently iterative, with each stage potentially requiring revisiting previous steps. Ethical considerations permit every phase, ensuring integrity and respect for participants. Okay. This is the steps research process. Okay. Next is the defining research problem. This is under unit 4. Okay, defining research problems and foundation inquiry. So how can the of inquiry define the research problem? Okay, so research problem, defining research problem is foundation of inquiry. What is research problem? A gap in knowledge, a contradiction in findings, or a practical challenge that requires systematic investigations and evidence-based resolution. This is called research problem. Key characteristics of research problem: clearly articulated and specific, researchable with available methods, significant to the field or society, feasible within research constraints. Okay, and source of problems: practical issues in workplaces or communities, gaps identified in academic literature, emerging societal needs, or contradictions in existing research findings. These are the research problems. So, example, nursing staff experiencing high rates of back injuries represents a costly under-researcher problem in healthcare settings with significant implication for worker well-being and healthcare system cost. This is an example for problem, research problem. Okay, unit 4, crafting a good research problem. How can we craft a good research problem? The problem statement, a well-crafted problem statement orients the entire study, defining its scope, relevance, and boundaries. It distinguishes between broad research topics and focused answerable problems. From vague to focused: before climate change, after the impact of 2019 to 2013 Australian bushfires on New South Wales, household energy behavior and consumption patterns. Okay, then impact, the problem definition directly shape methodology selection, data collection strategies, and analytical approach, which is throughout the research journey. Okay, so this is the research problem finding under unit 4. So I can some are hypothesis formulation, unit 5. Before this, some methods of data collection we can discuss. Some primary data methods. So how can we collect the primary data? By observation. Some observation, some work is going on, something is going on, then we can collect data by observing this. Getting interview. By interview, we can take data or collect data, and questionnaires, throughout questionnaires, question answer pattern as like survey and experiment. By gaining the experience or experiment by some experiment, some exams. There is a so this is the source of collecting data experiment. And secondary data source like books, research journals, government reports, websites, and databases. These are the data sources and reports, government reports. These are the secondary data sources. Okay, and what is the actual importance of research methods? So, research methods, importance of research methods. This is research methodology is important because it uh, provides a clear direction for research, ensures scientific accuracy, helps in testing hypotheses, improves decision making, and produces reliable and valid results. Okay, so research methodology is the foundation and of any research study. It provides the structured procedures and techniques required to collect, analyze, and interpret data effectively. A well-designed research methodology helps researchers produce credible and meaningful findings. Okay, meaningful findings. Okay, so now this is the unit 5, hypothesis formulation. How can we formulate hypothesis? Hypothesis formulating. So, what is hypothesis? A clear, testable statement predicting relationship between variables or expected outcomes based on theoretical frameworks or prior empirical evidence. Types of hypothesis: null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis denoted by H0 states no effect or relationship exists. An alternative hypothesis propose the expected effect or relationship. Role in research: guides statistical analysis, shapes data interpretations, and provides a framework for testing the research question systematically. Example: nursing staff who receive comprehensive ergonomic training have significantly fewer back injuries than those who do not receive such training. Like example, this is the example. Okay, so next is the from research question to hypothesis. How can we get the hypothesis? Actually, hypothesis formulation is the process of developing a clear and testable statement about the relationship between variables before conducting the research. So it helps to focus the research, identify variable, guide data collection and analysis. So what is the sources? I've already said theory, previous research studies, observation, experience, literature review. So we have already known the types of hypothesis, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So, and simple hypothesis, there is another type. This is show the relationship between two variables only, and there is another is complex hypothesis, shows the relationship between more than two variables, and directional hypothesis is there, specifies the direction of relation, and a non-directional hypothesis states relationship but does not specify direction. So some characteristics of good hypothesis. Okay, the good hypothesis clear and precise, testable and variable, verifiable. Okay, and specific related to available data based on theory or previous research. Steps to formulating a hypothesis or from research question to hypothesis. First, research questions and then hypothesis and alignment. First, then feasible. The research question focuses inquiry in an open-ended manner. Hypothesis specified expected testable answer and alignment matches design and objectives. The FINER, FINER framework for quality of hypothesis. FINER, F for feasible, achievable within time, resource and methodological constraints. I, interesting, engages researchers and stakeholders intellectually. N, this is novel, addresses gaps or offers new perspective. And E is ethical, respects participants and adheres to standards. R is relevant, contributes meaningfully to knowledge or practices. So, steps of formulating hypothesis: identify the research problem, review existing research literature, determine variable involved, develop a logical relationship between variable, and state the hypothesis in clear and testable form. So, as per example of hypothesis formulation, null hypothesis like a impact of advertisement on sales. Example. Okay. Example, like if a topic is impact of advertisement on sales, then null hypothesis will be advertisement has no significant effect on sales, and alternative hypothesis is advertisement has a significant effect on sales. Okay, this is the setting of hypothesis, formulation of hypothesis. Actually, hypothesis formulation is a crucial step in research methodology because it guides the entire research process. It provides direction for data collection, analyzing, and interpretation of results. Okay, so now the summary of integrating research formulation components. This is clear problem definition, establishes the foundation and direction for the entire research endeavor. Second is testable hypothesis, provides a roadmap for systematic investigation and analysis. 3, strategic and alignment ensures coherence between problem, hypothesis, methodology, and outcomes. And research efficiency saves times and resource by focusing efforts on answerable relevant questions. Strong formulation is critical for meaningful research. It shapes study designs, determines data collection approaches, and ultimately defines the contribution to knowledge in your field. The conclusion: the power of well-formulated research. Well begun is half done. This is Aristotle said. Mastering research formulation empower you to design impactful, credible studies that advance knowledge and solve real problems. Approach your research with clarity, focus, and purpose to create meaningful contribution to your field. Your question is the compass to discovery. A well-formulated research problem and hypothesis guide every subsequent decisions, ensuring your work addresses genuine gaps and produces actionable insights. So key takeaways start with clear problem definition, develop testable hypothesis, align with methodology, consider ethical implication, focus on meaningful impact. So this is the research methodology. I have discussed today 5 units in this class. You should read all the units. If you have any doubt or questions, you can clear from us by throwing questions to me. You can ask me in now, and you can ask in next classes from this today's class. Okay, we have known today into what is research and what is research methodology, types of research, role of research in important areas, process of research, how can do the research, and defining the research problem, how we take a research gap, how can we select the research gap, research problem, and how can we formulate the hypothesis for the research. Okay, and there is also so many gaps for your knowledge in this class. So you should learn or read the SLM. Okay, research methodology, it's a very important subject. Okay, if you say, I will repeat some things. What is research? Research is defined as a systematic, comprehensive inquiry process that aims to accurately study and answer problem or themes. This meticulous approach seeks to delve deeply into the nuance of a chosen field of study by through data collection, meticulous research, and astute interpretation. Okay, so this is research. Also, according to Walls and Benson, research is a systematic, formal, rigorous, and precise process employed to gain solution to problem or discover and interpret new facts and relation. Okay, relationship. And as per Kothari, I have already discussed, or it is in the also in our slides show to you, already showed to you. Research is a pursuit, according to Kothari, C.R. Kothari. Research is pursuit of trust with the help of study, observation, comparison, and experiment. The search for knowledge through objective, systematic method of finding solution to a problem. And according to pattern, research is the process of looking for specific questions in an organized, objective, reliable way. Okay, and so many there is so many definitions for research. And what is the characteristics of research? It is systematic inquiry. Conducting research entails a methodical approach to inquiry, and it has objectivity. When collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data, researchers try to be as impartial as possible by minimizing prejudice and personal judgments. This calls for the use of strict procedures and impartiality. Empirical data obtained by measurement, experimentation, or observation in the foundation of research. And purpose and aims. Research has a purpose and it guided by certain aims. In order to further knowledge and comprehension in a certain subject, research endeavors to investigate, characterize, clarify, forecast, and assess occurrence. Systematic study in order to arrive at relevant findings. Research entails the systematic study of data. It's a transparency and reproducibility. And ethical considerations. Research is guided by the ethical norms that guarantee the confidentiality, integrity, and protection of participant rights. Constant iteration. Research is often iterative with new discoveries, promoting more investigations and the improvement of ideas of hypothesis. Okay, and importance of research. What is the importance of research? Increasing knowledge, innovation, feeling, problem solving, educating and making, enhancing education, promoting critical thinking, encouraging economic development, improving healthcare, preserving cultural legacy, empowering people and communities. These are the actual importance of research. Okay, this is the and objective of research is exploration, descriptions, explanation, predictions, evolutions, okay, and validations, innovations, disseminations. These are the objectives of research. Okay, and what are the now? So you can also the types and roles of research and important. I can also repeat this. The type role. There are types of research. There is so many types. Quantitative research. This is the method that includes gathering and analyzing numerical data in order to measure correlation, patterns, and trends. Okay. In main objective is to provide statistically sound and dependable results that may be applied to a broader population. Objective measuring, quantitative research use objective measuring tools and methodologies, large sample size. Okay, these are the quantitative research. Okay, and next is qualitative research. to through examine, characterize, and comprehend complex phenomena. Qualitative research entails the collecting and analyzing of non-numerical data. Its main goal is to provide in-depth, deep insights into human experiences, viewpoints, and actions. The subjective interpretation, exploration of contextual, these are the small sample sizes, is the qualitative method of qualitative uh, research. Okay. Quantitative research and qualitative research. And so there are so many types of research: analytical, descriptive. Okay, I have already, those are discussed. Okay, so today's class is over now. If you have any questions, query, you can ask me now, or if you will learn these, study this, everything, and if you have any query or doubt, you can clear in next class. Okay, thank you all.